Phylum Arthropoda general features. In this session, we are going to analyze the fundamental aspects of organisms coming under phylum Arthropoda. First of all, let us break down the word Arthropoda. It is derived from two root words arthros and podos. Arthros means jointed, then podos means foot. So, in this phylum, we can see different types of organisms having jointed appendages. Here, a picture of a beetle is displayed in which you can see the jointed nature of the appendages. Their appendages are made up of many segments. Then they possess bilateral symmetry. The body can be divided into two equal halves through a plane which passes through the longitudinal axis of the body, or more specifically, the body can be divided into two equal halves through the sagittal plane. Sagittal plane runs through the longitudinal axis of the body. Bilateral symmetry is an advanced form of symmetry found in animal kingdom. Then they all possess a chitinous exoskeleton. Their body is covered with a hard exoskeleton which is made up of a polysaccharide, structural polysaccharide called chitin. This envelope will give the necessary protection or armor to the body. Then they undergoes a periodic shedding of the chitinous exoskeleton which is termed as molting. Molting is the periodic shedding of the outer exoskeleton possessed by arthropods. In order to grow, the organism must periodically shed the outer exoskeleton. This particular exoskeleton will not grow according to the overall growth of the body of the organisms. So, in order to maintain normal growth, the outer exoskeleton is periodically shed. This process is called molting. Then they all possess a segmented body. Body is divided into different compartments or segments. In the case of insects, the body is divided into three major portions: head, thorax, and abdomen. Then again, these portions are further divided into several segments. Head bears several segments, then thorax bears several segments, and abdomen also possesses many segments. Then about their body cavity. Body cavity means it is the space between body wall and alimentary canal. This space is actually occupied by the circulatory fluid of that particular group. The circulatory group fluid coming under this particular group is termed as hemolymph. So the coelom is provided or occupied with a fluid called hemolymph. That type of body cavity is termed as hemocoel. Then about their respiration, there are many types of respiratory structures present. In the case of terrestrial organisms, trachea and book lungs are used for respiration. In the case of aquatic arthropods, branchiae and book gills are used for respiration. So there will be dedicated structures for terrestrial respiration and aquatic respiration. In the case of terrestrial respiration, two structures are being used: trachea and book lungs. Then, in the case of aquatic respiration, two structures are again used: branchiae and book gills. Then, about their excretion. Excretion is the removal of waste material from the body. Excretion is mainly done through the activities of two structures: green glands and Malpighian tubules. Green glands are present in aquatic life forms such as or aquatic arthropods such as prawn or Penaeus. In the case of terrestrial organisms coming under phylum Arthropoda, they possess Malpighian tubules for excretion. Malpighian tubules is a network of tubular structure present or associated with the gut of terrestrial arthropods such as insects. Then about their nervous system, they possess a dorsal brain, a well-developed brain, which is the main control and coordination center of the nervous system. From the brain, a ventral nerve cord arises. Then there are many sensory organs that can be seen in phylum Arthropoda, such as antenna, sensory hairs, compound eyes, auditory organs, and statocyst. Antenna and sensory hairs are meant to detect external stimuli from the external environment. Then compound eyes are visual sensory organs. They are a complex form of eye made up of several individual units called or individual simple eyes called ommatidium. These ommatidium will form separate images of the separate fields of the visual field. Then finally, the brain compiles these images to form a visual perception of the visual field. Then they possess auditory organs. Auditory organs are meant for detecting vibrations such as sound waves. Then statocysts are present. These are organs responsible for maintaining balance. So these are the sensory organs present in arthropods. About their development or reproductive features, they are dioecious organisms. That means sexes are separate. There will be male and female gender. Separate organism will be there. Then they possess a well-defined sexual dimorphism. Morphological differences exist between male and female. Then about their fertilization. Fertilization is the union of male and female gamete. This particular process occurs within the reproductive tract of the female. This type of fertilization is called internal fertilization. Fertilization occurring within the body or reproductive tract of female. Such fertilization is called internal fertilization. Now let us analyze the development of arthropods. Indirect development is present, which means larval stages are seen in the life cycle. Egg hatches into larval forms. They exist as different from the adult forms. The life cycle possesses many distinct stages like larva, pupa, adult, etc. Each stage transforms into the next. This cyclic process occurring in the development is called metamorphosis. The series of cyclic transformations from one form to another is termed as metamorphosis. It does not mean that all the arthropods definitely have these distinct stages as a common rule, but most prominent in organisms such as insects. Insects possess well defined distinct stages in their life cycle such as egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Then another peculiarity that is exhibited by organisms coming under arthropoda is parthenogenesis. It is specifically exhibited by insects. Not all the organisms possess this particular peculiarity, but insects coming under arthropoda possess parthenogenesis or they exhibit parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is the development of an organism from an unfertilized egg. It is specifically seen or the most striking example for parthenogenesis in phylum Arthropoda is exhibited by the honeybees. We all know that honeybee exists as a colony. In that colony, there are three types of life forms: queen, then worker, and drone. Queen and worker are female individuals, then drones are male individuals. Queen and the workers are diploid organisms. That means they are formed from a fertilized egg. The queen is the only individual in the colony that is capable of laying eggs. This particular female lays two types of eggs. One is fertilized one, or the diploid eggs, or that is formed by the fusion of male and female gametes. The fertilized eggs, such eggs develops into female offsprings. The female offsprings can be either a queen or worker. Then the unfertilized egg, the second type of egg produced by the queen, are unfertilized eggs. These are haploid eggs. These transforms into male offsprings without fertilization. This particular developmental peculiarity is called parthenogenesis, development of an organism from unfertilized egg. It does not mean that all the organisms coming under phylum Arthropoda exhibits this particular phenomenon. It is restricted to certain organisms coming under phylum Arthropoda, especially insects such as honeybees. So these are the fundamental features of phylum Arthropoda. In the next sessions, we will discuss the classification of this particular phylum with the examples.